For more than 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter in our community. From our studios in St. Clair, you're watching Focus with Paul Dingeman.
Welcome to another edition of the Focus program. We are here and have three interesting segments. To begin with, Deb Johnson. I go blank on it. It's one of those days. Nice to see you, Deb. Welcome back to the Focus set.
It's good to be seen, and it's great to be here, Paul.
You always have many, many things going at St. Clair County Community Mental Health. That is no different this month. Something about Great Smokeout. What is that all about?
Okay, the Great American Smokeout. It's a national initiative, and it always falls on the third Thursday of November. So this year it's November 16th, and so it obviously it's a time to increase people's awareness about smoking and all the related diseases caused by smoking. Things like COPD, lung cancer, and we can talk a little bit about those too, because this month it happens to be COPD Awareness Month, Lung Cancer Awareness Month,
Let's go back to smoking for a minute.
Yes, we will.
Are the numbers down over the nation?
Well, I don't know that. No, I don't think. Well, they might be a little bit down. I guess actually they are down. In 1965, 42% of the population, adult population, I assume, smoked, and in 2015, 15.1%.
Okay, that's quite a drop.
That's a significant reduction, but that's still about 36.5 million Americans smoking. So that's still a lot, and tobacco does remain the single largest or preventable cause of disease and death in people in the world. So quitting smoking has immediate benefits and then long-term benefits.
It's tough to do, though.
It's very tough to do. And so to help with that, we have quit kits.
Okay.
And you can get the quit kits at our office, any of our offices, Marine City location, K-Pac, Port Huron, on November 15th. That's a Wednesday. And to help you prepare and start off right off the bat the morning of the 16th, not smoking. We'll even give out like nicotine lozenges, gum, things like that. We can only give them like to a person. We won't be having them like laying out on tables or things like that because you have to be an adult to have those. But anyway, so we'll be doing that. And there are a lot of there's a lot of effective approved methods by the FDA of nicotine replacement therapy. And so the best way to quit smoking is to use one of the nicotine replacement therapies and have like coaching, support, etc. We actually have smoking cessation specialists, that's what they're called at our agency, that have been trained in smoking cessation. We do smoking cessation groups for people that we provide services to. So unfortunately we can't do those for just anybody, but the people that we provide services to, we encourage them to get into those classes and do that. So on that day, it'll be fun. Come and get your quit kit on the 15th, or you can get it on the 16th. And on the 16th, we're also going to have free little cold turkey sandwiches.
Cold turkey.
Get it?
That's where it ties in. Quit cold turkey.
Quit cold turkey. So we're going to have cold turkey sandwiches out for people.
I like that.
And I'm sure we'll let non-smokers grab a sandwich too if they want. So that's that's the Great American Smokeout. That's why it's so important. Although it's about 25% of the population, I would say 1 in 5, so that's about 20% of the population will suffer from a mental illness at some point in their life. That 20% consume approximately 40% of all tobacco products.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's why it's a real big push for us,
Yeah.
and we really want to help. We want to help everybody, but we're really focusing a lot on healthy minds, healthy bodies. So it's important to look at the whole individual, and a lot of people who have mental illness or smoke.
Right.
And so we're trying to help reduce that. And we have been effective with our programs. Our smoking cessation programs have been effective, and we have an In Shape program that it focuses on physical fitness, but it actually people who suffer from some major physical health issues that are caused by smoking too can be in that program and work on losing weight, exercising, quitting smoking, eating healthy. So that's some of the things.
So and also this month you've got a couple other things: the No Shave November, Lung Cancer Awareness Month. You got a busy month.
Right, and really, we probably talked. I mean, I can give you some more facts about lung cancer. Obviously, the biggest one of the biggest causes of lung cancer is smoking. And lung cancer does account for about 25 or 27% of all cancer deaths in our country. It's still the leading cause of cancer deaths among both men and women. And the American Cancer Society estimates that there'll be about 225,000 new cases of lung cancer this year, and about another 156,000 deaths from lung cancer. So there's no sure way to prevent it, because there are people who get diagnosed with lung cancer who never smoked. But so there's no sure way. But things you can do to reduce your risk are don't smoke. If you don't already, don't start. Stop smoking. If you do smoke, stop smoking. Avoid secondhand smoke. Test your home for radon, and eat a diet full of fruits and vegetables. That helps for so many things. Eating healthy and exercise. Daily exercise is important too. So hopefully people will do as many of those things as they can to stay healthy and do what you can to impact that. So obviously that's all related. The smoke, Great American Smokeout, the lung cancer.
They all tie together.
And then COPD awareness. It's COPD Awareness Month. That's chronic obstructive pulmonary disease. Again, kind of the biggest cause of that are people who 40 plus who are or were smokers. There is actually, I guess there's one kind of genetic condition that you could get COPD and never have smoked in your life and never be exposed to other secondary stuff. But for the most part, that's another fairly preventable situation. So people should, think about all those things. And
in addition to all these that you've got going on, as we talked about last week here on this show, the opioid epidemic in St. Clair County is pretty high, but you've been involved in a number of meetings, you said, that they're involved in that too, to try and help us.
Yeah, and well, some of the meetings that we've been involved in lately, there is actually a prescription drug abuse, which the prescription drug abuse is primarily opioids.
Right.
And then that also leads to non-prescription drug abuse, because once you can't get those anymore, then you turn to things like heroin because it's so cheap. And so that heroin and other kinds of drugs, opioids, are being used in epidemic proportions in our county. And I know the sheriff was your guest recently, and I'm sure he talked about, he's got, it was fortunate that the task force millage was increased last year.
Yes.
Last year, right?
Right.
So
It was
2 years ago?
last fall.
And so he's got 2 shifts going, and he said he could probably run to a shift 24/7 and still not get all the drug dealers and sellers and makers of crystal meth, and that they're doing a lot of drug busts. They're doing great work, and unfortunately, it's not just an epidemic here; it's an epidemic all over our country.
But I think people are starting to really realize it and get active in trying to support it and trying to help come up with some solutions. So that hopefully will be an
Right,
answer.
and I even heard, President Trump actually recently said he's going to allocate more funding for this, and that it's critical, it's important, and we really have got to stop and I guess try to prevent it at early ages, because kids. But the whole prescription drug thing too, I know, and Dr. Mercantile talks about this a lot too, that we need to have better pain management methods.
Right.
And because once you can get hooked very easily on Narco and Oxycontin and some of those other heavy duty pain meds that are used for chronic pain. Right. So we have to look at other things, and some of the things I've been involved in are just discussions about trying to have a detox, inpatient detox unit in our community. We don't have one really, and so, like a subacute detox, and so we're looking at that. We also have been having conversations about recovery homes. Those are places where people go after they detox, and they're pretty effective because there's a lot of rules about using, and you also have the support of other people who are in recovery themselves and supporting each other. So that's that's some of the things that we've been talking about.
Right. But the big one coming up, the 16th of November, is the Great American Smokeout.
Right, and the other fun thing I just kind of want to mention related to all this is No Shave November.
Okay.
So if you want to stop shaving, you can.
Right. Okay.
And,
I don't know. I think my wife would enjoy that, but
I know my husband is participating, and I'm not real thrilled with it either. But the reason it's kind of encouraged. It actually was started by like a man who passed away from colon cancer, I think in Chicago, if I remember correctly. He had like 8 kids, and they started this as an awareness campaign to raise awareness about all kinds of cancer. And the idea is that the money you would save from your shaving products, you can even expand it to don't get your hair cut that month or whatever. The money you would save from that, you would donate to like the American Cancer Society or St. Jude's or something like that. So that's what the purpose of it is, and so it's kind of we do it at Community Mental Health. We say if anybody wants to participate, you can, and then we do like a picture of all the staff who the male staff, which we have way more women there than men,
right?
That participate. They're in a photo, and we make paper beards for women and mustaches and for the photo.
I heard on Paul Miller this morning, the police department of Port Huron is
they're all doing it.
They're going to do it, and they're waiving the rules that said they couldn't have facial hair. They could have mustaches, but they couldn't have facial hair. So they're going to allow them for the month of November to have facial hair. So
see, that's great. And so, and maybe they'll do some kind of a donation thing to one of the good organizations, like I said, American Cancer Society or.
Anything more there?
I think.
We did it? Yeah.
Well, there is one last thing.
Please.
Although I'm not sure when the show airs.
Okay.
But there
this
is
coming week.
Okay, well, Jeans for Troops is next week. That's a day. It's across the country. It's on November 8th, and so we allow our staff to dress down on Fridays, and they have to pay to do that. To wear jeans, like $2. We call it Casual for a Cause, and we donate that money each time to different organizations.
Okay.
And but this time, this Jeans for Troops happens on a Wednesday, the 8th. Right, Wednesday, I'm pretty sure. And so they have to pay $5, but all $5 is going to go to oh gosh, it's like GI, it's a GI fund.
Military.
It's a military fund. It's a nonprofit organization, and with their goal of helping returning vets find employment, housing, any of that stuff. And so we're doing it. Our staff will be wearing special things saying "Jeans for Troops." So it's just another way to kind of support our troops and especially our vets that are coming back and they need some support and assistance.
Deb Johnson's her name. She always has wonderful information about things that are going on to help each other in St. Clair County.
Thank you.
Deb, thanks for coming.
Thanks for having me.
Coming up next, we got a couple extra segments that you're going to enjoy, so stay tuned. We're back to talk about a wonderful craft and vendor show that's going on Saturday, November the 11th, right here in St. Clair. Betty Fryer, welcome to the Focus Set.
Thank you.
And Marcia McKellen, nice to meet you. Welcome to the Focus Set. Talk to me about the craft and vendor show at the St. Clair First United Methodist Church.
Okay, so this is our second annual.
Yeah.
We did it last year and it was a great success. And why we do this is to raise money for our United Methodist women. They do different missions locally and abroad, and so it helps our kids in distress, our food pantry.
Busy place.
Yes, busy place. So we have 18 vendors and crafters that are coming in this year doing a range of different things. And
give me some examples of who's coming.
Well, we have Marcia actually is going to do a table. She's got cards and paper crafts that she's doing. We have a gal that does knitted sweaters and hats. We have one of our gals from church does quilted items, totes, bags, purses, quilts are coming in. We've got, I've got a list here, painted signs.
So it's a lot of homemade stuff.
Correct.
Local stuff. It's not necessarily, maybe there's some national stuff too, but.
We have some makeup, Mary Kay. We have,
but I think people are looking for unusual things.
Yes, so it's a variety.
Yeah.
So it'll be very good.
That's good.
So, yeah.
Well, let's talk to Marcia about some of these things. I'm going to hold this one up first, and you can describe to me what this is for the camera.
Well, that's a Christmas card, 3D, I guess you could call it.
Maybe, Ben, can you zoom in on this, please? Go ahead.
It's a Christmas card.
And how did you make it?
Carefully.
Oh, I know that, but it folds together. That's got to be a lot of work.
Yeah,
well, that takes a while.
And you have these available for purchase?
Yeah.
Okay. And then the next one, what is this?
That's a little gift box. You can use it for like necklaces, earrings, bracelets, and I believe a gift card will fit in that also.
Okay, and then
the same with that one.
And you made all of these. These are all wonderful.
Thank you.
They really, really are. And this last one, what is this?
That's a little bag. You can put little trinkets or candy, and then you tie it shut, the ribbons inside.
Oh, up
of
on
it.
top, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, and they're just beautiful. The colors
Thank
are
you.
great on them. Oh, and you got another one over here.
Yeah.
What's
That's-
this one now?
That's a 3-dimensional card.
Okay.
You have different layers.
Do we have the tight shot of that? Okay, thank you, fellas. That's beautiful. And again, a Christmas card, and these will be available as part of the display.
Yes.
How long have you been doing this kind of paperwork?
Well, I've been doing it for a lot of years. Just last year's the first year I ever sold anything. You know, mainly it was just for family.
Yeah, right.
So it's been a long time.
It's a real art, and it takes a lot of patience, doesn't it, to put this kind of thing?
Sometimes, yes. Steady hand.
Yeah. So all our handmade items that come in, the people just, it's a kind of a passion of theirs to do, and so this is kind of a market where they can get them all
Yeah.
together and sell,
Yeah.
and so it's great for Christmas shopping, you know, because we're going to go into that season, and or gifts for themselves, or so.
So you said 19
18, yeah.
vendors.
Yes.
And the location is 415 North 3rd Street. That's right at the top of the hill.
Yes.
Behind the Riverview Plaza.
Correct, and we're going to be in the Fellowship Hall, which that can be accessed either through the 4th Street entrance or, what is the side street, Orchard? Is that
Orchard,
right?
yeah.
Orchard.
Orchard Street.
Yes.
Now, is there an admission charge?
There is a $1 admission.
Okay.
Or if somebody would like to bring canned goods for the food pantry, we're accepting
Oh,
those
that's
also.
great.
Yep.
That's great.
Yeah.
Win-win there.
Yes, exactly.
So either way.
Yeah.
So what else did you want to tell me about it?
I want everybody to come and have a good time. You know, there's these ladies. Actually, we actually have a couple stores in town that are going to be here. We have Hers
Okay,
Fashion's going to
good.
be here, so people that haven't been into her shop, come on in and see.
That's good. I don't think she's done that kind of thing before.
No, and we have Silks is coming, going to show some of the things that they do. It's not just flowers, they have some gift items. And we have St. Clair Embroidery.
Oh, good.
So, yeah.
That is unique. The fact
Yeah,
that
so we've
some
got
of
a
those
few-
stores are coming for the
Right.
first time ever, I think.
Yes, I think
They left
so.
their locations and come
Yeah.
to an event like this.
Yeah, so it'll be good. So I hope everybody comes out and enjoys the day. It's 9 to 4 on Saturday the 11th, so.
The women's group at First United Methodist, they've gone out of the country. Where'd they go?
They
Down to
do, well, they don't go, but they send money
Money
or
and support.
packages, supplies, that kind of thing, to different countries. Plus, we do our, like I said, our food pantry. We do the Women's Resource Center in Port Huron, different things. Whatever the need is, we try to help.
Beautiful.
So we help our own. Actually, we have, in the summertime, the kids camp. So we help kids go to camp in the summer, so.
Good
yeah.
stuff.
Yes, yes.
Okay. I got another card here from Marcia's Christmas. This is a Christmas card that she made. And again, these are going to be all available. So how many of these can I buy? Do you get 20 of them or
Oh,
50 of
sure.
them all the same, or are they all
Well,
individual?
no, each one is different.
Each one
They're
is
not all the
individual.
same, right.
Well, that's unique too, and that part's great too. And you've got birthday cards and get well cards. So really a lot of wonderful things that people
Yes.
probably will not see in other locations, other places. So.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
Well, let's go through the date. It's Saturday, November the 11th, 9 until 4, $1 admission, or bring canned good food for the local pantry.
That's right.
And start your holiday shopping early. I like that.
Yeah.
Did we miss anything?
Nope, I think we're
That's
good.
everything.
Okay. Very nice to have met you. You do beautiful
you.
work. Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Betty, you did
Thank
beautiful
you,
work. Also, good seeing you.
All right.
We're back with Laurie Essenburg. Laurie's got some great things to tell us about the Blueways of St. Clair County. We'll be right back. I like that. Well, it's a time of the year when you maybe put your kayak away, but we got to talk about it with the lady that's watching over all of the waterways in St. Clair County. Laurie Essenburg, welcome back to the Focus Set. Nice to see you.
Thank you, Paul.
How you been?
Been awesome.
Been
Busy.
awesome? You're always busy. You're always doing great things with the water in St. Clair County.
I try to.
Talk to me
Okay.
about what's going on.
Well, we started, as you know, in 2012 with the Blueways of St. Clair, And then this year we opened up a new Blueway, our first since we opened all 16. We opened the 17th Blueway, the Krispin Blueway.
Okay.
And it started several years ago with the Krispin Drain, which is owned by the St. Clair County Drain Office.
Okay.
And they got a project with the EPA in Clay Township and the DNR to clean out that drain because it was full of the invasive species Phragmites.
So this on Harston's Island.
Correct.
Okay.
Which is part of the largest freshwater delta in North America. And so they cleaned that out. A lot of people worked really hard, and it took a few years, and it was a lot of money. But it was habitat restoration, and they added some new native species, and they got rid of the invasive species, which is the most important thing.
The Phragmites?
Correct. And they dredged it.
Oh, they did dredge it.
From years and years of filling in. And the main purpose of it was to restore the flow and velocity of the drain. But the secondary benefit to that was it's opened it up for kayaking.
Okay.
So myself and Clay Township Supervisor Artie Bryson, we'd been talking about making a new Blueway, but we couldn't do it until it was navigable. I can't make a new Blueway and put it online and have a map unless it's navigable. So when the project got done, we decided to do it in the spring, and it was Bill Graytop, Artie Bryson, myself, and Mr. McFadden, Terry McFadden, who's the DNR wildlife biologist out there. So we had a grand opening, June 10th on a Saturday. It's a lovely day, and we had over 50 people come and help with the ribbon cutting and learn about the project. And then over 50 people put their kayaks in the water, and we paddled it out to Little Muscatine Bay.
Oh my God.
And what's awesome is it goes through a wildlife refuge. So all of the
See,
spurs.
put that picture up again, fellas. I'll go sort of go through this. If you hold that side.
Sure.
The drain. This is the North Channel. And if you dredged all of this area.
We dredged from here to here.
Yeah.
And then partially into here, but not much into there. But
So the 50 people that kayaked went across here?
we actually started at the Schoolhouse Grill.
Okay.
And then we went all the way out to here.
Oh my God.
Right. And then you can choose to do different spurs. We added a spur, which is, a branch off the main Krispin Blueway. And we named them after the ducks that the hunters get and the ducks that find refuge in the wildlife area. Mallard Run, Ringneck Run, and Little Muscatine Run. So the yellow part is open all year, and the red lines are closed during the hunting season, which is September 1st to January 1st.
Probably a good idea.
Right. So you can kayak all of this throughout the kayaking season, but in September, once September starts, you have to stay away from the wildlife refuge.
Talk to me about kayaks in general. Have they exploded in their popularity?
Yes, hugely. And a demographic that's purchasing kayaks is middle and older Americans, and especially women.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I've seen guys and ladies fishing from kayaks on TV. I've not seen them in the St. Clair River.
Well,
Maybe they do it and I haven't seen them.
They do it especially also in Anchor Bay and Lake St. Clair because it's a great fishery. It's a very productive fishery. And kayak fishing is really popular. It's a different kayak than a sit-in kayak. It would be a sit-on-top kayak.
Oh, okay.
And I'm not a kayak boat expert, but I do see a lot of different kayaks. And that's that's increasing. Kayak fishing is increasing faster than just recreational kayaking. But another neat thing about the Krispin Blueway is it spurred another project. So great projects tend to spur other projects. So Clay Township is really interested in purchasing 9 acres on Harston's Island along the Krispin Blueway. And they are talking about it, and they're working on this project right now. So that would be a big park. And what the supervisor, Artie Bryson, would like to do is also make it a bike trailhead as well as a water trailhead.
Wow.
And they have some plans for it, and St. Clair County Parks and Rec will buy a handicapped accessible launch for any municipality. We already have 8 in our county, which is more than any other county in Michigan, and there's 83 counties in Michigan.
Right.
So it'll have a kayak launch there, so people can come and do the Krispin Blueway, and they could even go all the way around the island. And he also wants to have an observation deck that's 25 feet high. So you can climb up it and look over the marsh, because the marsh is full of a lot of neat birds and eagles and all kinds of neat things. And he's also going to put a flag on top of there, because with some of the invasive species that are in the marsh, it's hard to see. So the flag would be a fixed point that if you're lost, you could paddle toward it.
Okay. I had the opportunity to be down at Schoolhouse Grill recently a couple times, and behind the schoolhouse, you could see that must be where you dredged.
Yes.
And
It opened
it's
it
all
up.
open.
Right.
And I did not realize, I forgot to ask Kristen Bain at the schoolhouse if you could get right out to the North Channel with it, and obviously you can't.
You can.
Probably not in a boat though, right?
Well, if you put in at the Schoolhouse Grill, and I know the owners are happy to let people use that,
Right.
and it's nice if you can stop and have a drink or
Right.
eat as well.
Wonderful food.
You can go either way. In fact, last summer we started at the DNR boat launch. We crossed the North Channel. We went up to the entrance and we kayaked up to almost the grill. But this year we started at the grill and went the rest of the way.
Okay. Okay.
So it actually reminds me of the North Carolina salt flats. It's
Oh my God.
beautiful. It's large, and you see all kinds of fish in the water, and you see all kinds of birds. It's just very relaxing, and it's really removed. Even though we're quite close to Detroit, it feels like it's a million miles away.
We have your website up here in the back, the Blueways of St. Clair County, and that gives lots of information. What's on there?
Well, the most important tabs on there would be the second one, routes. So if you click on routes, under there you'll see all 17 water trails. They each have their own webpage. Then you'll also see greenways, where you can find land trails in St. Clair County, as well as US Bike Route 20, which traverses the whole country. And then we've added something new under the greenways is a bird trail, the Blue Water Bird Trail.
Oh.
So we're just starting to work on that, and we have 12 different web pages within that of places you can watch birds and the list of birds you can see, and we've done that with Audubon Society.
Wow. You guys really have been doing a lot of stuff.
And then we have trail towns in there too. So if you would like to search it, you go to the far right tab, Plan Your Trip.
Okay.
And you can put in a keyword and it will search. If you're just looking for like water access points, put in water access, and over 50 points will pop up on where you can legally access the water from the public.
We've got such an asset here in the county, and people drive to see it and use it, and many people don't realize what we have.
Well, and that was our point. Me being from northern Michigan,
Right.
as you know, I always kayaked and canoed up there.
Right.
Until I started this project, I had never paddled here. And we have so many different unique areas to paddle here. And it is really unique. We have the largest freshwater delta. We have the St. Clair River, which is an international waterway. Then we have the slow, lazy rivers and a Great Lake, all within 30 miles. That's a lot of
Pretty spectacular.
diverse paddling.
Yeah.
So it's been popular, and it doesn't seem to be stopping. And we've hit the wave right of kayaking.
Good.
We've developed this right when kayaking was getting more popular. And kayaking is a great sport because you don't have to be very athletic. And boats can be expensive, but they don't use gas, and so you can get into it rather cheaply. And it's a good way to get outside and enjoy nature.
Okay. Laurie Essenburg, you always got great information for people, and we thank you for stopping by. We'll have you back in the spring again and bring us up to date on the new park on Harson's Island.
Okay, thank you for having me, Paul.
Good seeing you. That's about it for this edition of the Focus program. Thanks very much for tuning in. Until next time, I'm Paul Dingeman. See you soon.
Thanks for watching Focus with Paul Dingeman. Focus is produced at the CTV Community Television Studios in St. Clair. For over 20 years, CTV has captured the moments that matter to our community.